Evening guys, welcome to today. I thought I'd give you a special one today, seeing as I'm in the Merc, as you can probably tell from the background. I'm in a company that I don't usually run for, so Sodom. Well, anyway, I'm on my break. I'm at Watford Gap Services, and the roads are atrocious. Yay! But no, it's not a bad day today. Had a dirty little Erith take the load from there up to Nottingham, which is where I'm on my way to now. And then I believe it's just back to the yard and home. Now I think the M1's going to be closed in a couple of sections tonight, so I'm going to have to do some diversions. But me being the brilliant idiot that I am, because I haven't done this for quite some time, I don't really have all the kit I used to use in my bag, for obvious reasons. Haven't been using it. And I've come out with one memory card for my forward-facing camera. I've got about 40 minutes worth of room left on that camera and nothing I can do. So yeah, it's not going to be too much more road footage, unfortunately. I've edited obviously what I've got. Although I have had an idea, because I'm going to see if I can milk today's footage a little bit. I might be able to do this tomorrow as well, because I'm back on the same site. They've had a couple of issues and need extra drivers. Basically, one of their factories has gone whoopsie-daisy, and all the other factories down our ways are having to make up for it, and the loads are having to be shipped up to Nottingham where they're shipped on. And so they need a couple of extra drivers, which is obviously why I'm in here and not the usual place. I prefer the usual place, to be fair. So hopefully I'll be able to make some more, but I'm going to see if I can milk it a little bit and give you guys a few more driving uploads. Finally! My channel is doing driving uploads! I'm running a temperature, yes. Obviously, certain things have not changed. Although I haven't stopped in at a Greg's. Oh well, never mind. Win some, you lose some, don't you? I don't actually know if Watford Gap's got a Greg's. I've never looked. I only ever use a petrol station. It's just where we park the trucks. It's next to the petrol station, and I'm a lazy fat bastard, so I go into the petrol station. I don't actually know if this place has got a Greg's. Oh well, never mind. I'll get over it with some counselling. But because a lot of you guys want to be truck drivers, if you're not already, there's a side to truck driving that is really boring. And that's essentially driving itself. However, it's driving in a rush hour in certain areas, or, you know, the school run rush hour, that kind of thing. And so what I'm going to do with some of the footage that I've got today is the A2 down the M25 A282 through the Dartford tunnels. And I'm going to play it. I'm going to, you know, edit it and upload it in real time. Because if you want to be a truck driver, this is a tiny snippet of my day. A tiny snippet. It will be quite a long upload, don't get me wrong. But it's a tiny snippet of an entire day. And see whether you can watch it all the way through. There will be no commentary, there will be no nothing. It will literally be sitting in traffic. Because if you're going to be a truck driver, you're going to have to do that. And if it just drives you insane, if it makes you just go, yeah, and want to punch something, maybe this line of work isn't, you know, this career choice isn't really cut out for you, you know, or you're not cut out for it. But that's what I'm planning on doing with some of the footage. Because I got screwed. I've been caught in traffic from the A2 onto the M25 and 282 before now. It happens very regularly for me. But today was just, woo. Where the hell did that come from? So I thought, you know what? I'm going to edit it so it's real time. And only the hardcore ones of you are going to watch it all the way through. But try to. And just imagine that is a very tiny snippet of a 12 to 15 hour day. Because if you want to become a truck driver, you're going to have to deal with it. So see how you get on, basically. But anyway, in the news today, well, last couple of days to be fair, there's the talk of the British government outlawing petrol and diesels in the year 2040. 23 years away. Not tomorrow, not next month. 23 years. Nearly a generation away. And people are falling out the woodwork left, right and centre. Oh, they're never going to be able to do it. Oh, it's impossible. Oh, battery-powered cars won't give you the range. It'll take weeks to go from London to Edinburgh. You know, all the wires and all this and plugging in and, you know, knackering the grid. It's already at breaking point. Blah, 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 blah. Firstly, number one, Hybrids are not going to be affected. So you're still going to have petrol and diesel as long as it's got an electric motor and it's a hybrid. So you're probably still going to have 3 and 4 litres. You're still going to have V6s and V8s, but they're going to be hybrids. So they're not outlawing petrol and diesel, they're just, it's got to be a greener vehicle. So hybrids are exempt of this. Okay? Secondly, it's 23 years away. And just to remind you, a few months ago, was it the beginning of this year or the end of last year? OPEC signed an agreement with car manufacturers to push hydrogen fuel cell technology. Because OPEC, all the oil producers, who virtually have the entire infrastructure set up to make, to produce and to ship the electrolyte fuels needed for hydrogen fuel cells, they're not just going to go gracefully into the night and go bankrupt. They're going to want to continue to make money. Now the storage of the fuel is going to be a little bit of a challenge, but the investment they can put into it shouldn't be too bad. They've already got all the fueling stations, and filling up a hydrogen fuel cell car is pretty similar to filling up a current petrol or diesel car. You know, you still use a tanker to get the electrolyte fuel there, you still store it in a tank of some description, and you still pump it into your vehicle's tank. And of course, the hydrogen fuel cell generates electricity, which drives electric motors. Everyone's a winner. And OPEC have already signed this deal. Battery cars are a stepping stone. They're a means to test electric motors to drive a vehicle. Yes, they're still going to be about. Plug-ins are probably going to be here forevermore now. You know, little town journeys and stuff like that. And hydrogen fuel cell, when it comes onto the market big style, is going to be exceptionally expensive. The electrolyte fuel is going to be massively expensive. But they've got 23 years to refine the processes. So everybody's dropping out the woodwork. Oh, it's bloody stupid. Oh, France has already done it. And God forbid Britain should allow France to do something we don't. So we're going to do it. But we're going to exempt hybrid vehicles, so I can still get a petrol or a diesel. I'm watching, I'm reading some of these comments on social media, and you're sitting there and you're thinking, have you completely forgotten the deals and agreements signed by OPEC and the major car manufacturers? The iX35 by Hyundai, obviously myself and Bert had one. That was taken out of production. It is being relaunched. I don't know whether it's going to be called the iX35 or whether they're going to have changed the name, but essentially it's being relaunched as a hydrogen fuel cell vehicle. And if that's going to be happening, I think next year, I believe it's next year, and you can already get certain hydrogen fuel cell vehicles now, in 2017, in 2040, technology does what? Advance? Just saying. So it's just amusing the crap out of me at the moment. Just everyone's, oh, you can't do that, you can't do that. You've got to move away from fossil fuels. Oh, sod whether it changes the environment. Does it create climate change? I don't know. The planet's been heating up steadily since the last ice age. How do you know? Are we in an ice age? No. So whether you believe it, whether you don't, and I do believe that the emissions since the Industrial Revolution that we have released, you know, extra carbon being released, has had an impact. Whether that impact is as significant, I don't know. But it has had an impact. I don't deny that. Cutting down rainforests, nature's natural way of filtering carbon dioxide, carbon out of the air, you know, that's probably had a bit of an impact as well. But the main reason we need to get away from fossil fuels, crude oil, petrol, diesel, the main reason, and this should be the only reason is it's gonna run out. Then what do we do once it's gone? Die. So yes, we are going to have to outlaw it. Now, I like a V8. I do. I like petrol vehicles. I do love a good petrol vehicle. I love the smell of petrol in the morning from a V8. I do. But even I'm reasonable enough to figure out that we need alternative fuels. We need alternative ways of moving ourselves about. One of the biggest issues we face is not so much what's going to power our cars. That's really not that much of an issue, given electricity and the many ways we can generate it. It's how are we going to make tyres? People are going to be looking at me going, what, but it's just rubber, you know, it's just rubber, isn't it? No. Rubber is white. Why are the car tyres black? Right. There is a byproduct of crude oil refining, and it's known as carbon black. And this product is mixed with rubber, natural rubber, in a certain, whatever the tyre manufacturer wants to mix it, however they want to mix it. And that is how you get your compounds: hard, medium, soft, so on. All the variations in between. So, if we're no longer refining crude oil is running out, and we've recycled tyres until we can't recycle them anymore, how are we going to make car tyres? That should be our biggest fear, because electric motors will move us. But if we don't have tyres, it's kind of academic. So this is our biggest issue, as far as I'm concerned. So the only real way we can do it is to move away from crude oil whilst there is still a lot left, so that we can refine crude oil to get carbon black, the byproduct then being petrol and diesel for, you know, car clubs and classic car owners and things like that, you know, historic, like museums and things, so that we can still drive old school petrol cars about as heritage, you know. But we should be focusing on how are we going to continue to maintain the production of vehicle tyres as and when carbon black runs out. But nobody's focused on that. But anyway, what do I know? I'm just a truck driver. Now, moving on, finishing my vlog for the day. I'll probably put a little bit more road footage in after this, but once I get to my destination, it's a drop, it's a swap, and then I'm gonna haul arse back to the depot and go home, because it's going to be a long day. So I'll end the chatty bit now. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share about, do whatever it is you usually do, and I shall see you in the next one, whenever that may be, hopefully tomorrow. Anyway, cheers guys, see you later.